Oh my gosh, we have got mushrooms. Yeah. Hubby has this 5-pound or 5-gallon bucket full of chanterelles. And he got these from a friend of his that lives near the woods, and he picks mushrooms for a living and sells them to restaurants. And if you know what you're doing with the mushroom picking, you can do that. But I wouldn't know what I was doing. I'd pick a poisonous one and kill myself off and the hubs. But these are chanterelle mushrooms. And there are some dirt and leaves and debris that I'm going to have to clean out of these things. And look, not just the half of a 5-gallon bucket either, but a whole plastic sack that's full of them. These I'm leaving out. These are going to be what we eat now. Well, not in like one setting or anything, but we're going to be eating on these for the next week or so. And I'm going to show you today what I'm going to do with these babies. Now, if you were to go to a store and buy all these chanterelle mushrooms, it would be over $100. But since my husband knew somebody who does these for a living, we got all these for $20, which is a steal of a bargain, I tell you what. And I will be back in a minute to show you what I'm going to do with these babies. We're freezing them. All right, be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. We're doing chanterelles today. Now, if you've never had a chanterelle, these are what they look like. And, you know, I'm used to like the regular button mushrooms that you get like at the stores all the time, and it's the most popular mushroom that you can usually find. But these chanterelles are really good. I can't explain the flavor of them. I can't talk today either, apparently. Now what we're going to do today, we're going to freeze these. Now these are expensive, but if you have access to it and you know what you're doing, go up in the woods and get yourself some of these. And, you know, you can sell them too and make a profit. Now what you're supposed to do with mushrooms, they say that you're not supposed to wash them underwater. But these are really dirty. So I might end up just giving them a little rinsey poo under the water, but you're not supposed to. Because you're not supposed to like add a bunch of water because there's already a lot of water in mushrooms and stuff. But, you know, in these crevices there's a lot of dirt and everything else. So I might just give it a quick rinse, even though they tell you not to. Okay, so here's what, yeah, that's a lot better. And then I'll just dab it like this to get the excess water off of the mushrooms. Now this is what we're doing. We're freezing them, as I said. And what I've got here, you can either, you know, saute the mushrooms and then freeze them, or you can steam them. I've got a ton of mushrooms to do, so I'm doing both. I'm using this steamer tray, and you fill the bottom with it, or you fill the bottom of it with about as much water, not too much water, probably like 1/4 of the way of water. And then you put the steamer basket on the top like this. And then you just kind of, you know, I'm just going to kind of break these up. I mean, you know, you don't have to have it uniform or anything like that. Just do it the way you like it, because everybody, you know, sorry, I'm getting over a cold too, so I apologize. I don't want to be coughing all over, but hey, it's our food. We're the only ones that have to deal with the germs. You guys don't have to, so be thankful for that, I guess. Hubby and I got the cold really bad, and it's not fun. So anyways, what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to show the whole process, but you get the idea. I'm going to take my mushrooms, fill them up in the steamer basket, and then I'm going to microwave it for probably about 6 minutes. And so, well, I'm going to be doing that, and then I'll come back and show you the saute part. Be back in a second. Okay, so here's my chanterelles. Oh, my towel's hanging out in the water there. Okay, so I ended up filling the sink full of water and putting all my mushrooms, or most of my mushrooms, in the sink to wash and rinse it off, because there's a bunch of twigs and moss and dirt, and I know you're not supposed to get them wet. They say use a towel or whatever. Oh, okay, I was wondering what that noise was. It's my skillet warming up. But anyways, I'm doing it this way, and then I'm going to just dry it off with a towel, because I want to make sure to get all that dirt and muck and grime out of the mushrooms before I do anything with them. Okay, so we're over here at the cooking station now, and I'm going to show you what I've done so far. I have steamed these mushrooms in my little steamer, and they really cook down. And I'm just going to not put them in the freezer bag yet, but just kind of show you what I did there. And I'm going to put those off to the side to cool off for right now. Now, you know, you can, like I said, before you freeze your mushrooms, you know, some people just freeze them and don't do anything. They don't steam them, cook them, or anything. They just freeze them. And I've seen people do it that way. But what you're supposed to do, so they say, and I'm adding a little bit of, I can't believe it's not butter, to my skillet here. And turn my skillet down just a tad. Now you can add anything you want. Butter, seasoning. I'm going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in here. Just to have some of my mushrooms that I'm freezing to have a little bit of flavor to go along with the mushrooms. You can also do soy sauce is really good with them, or just, you know, some kind of, whatever you like. And these smell just divine. I love chanterelles. So I've got one here that I'm getting all the stuff off of it. And I'm just going to, a little bit at a time, I'm just going to pat them on my towel. Try not to set my towel on fire here. And then I'm just going to add them. I'm just going to break them up into pieces. You can, you know, cut them up into littler pieces if you want to, or do whatever you like. I am just going to kind of break them up. It don't matter. I mean, it's just your preference, what you like to do, you know. So, anyways, make sure that all the gunky stuff is off of there. That's the big trick here, guys. Getting all that gunky stuff off of here. So, you just want to cook these up. And, you know, like I said, some of my mushrooms that I'm going to be freezing is going to have, like, the Worcestershire and the soy sauce mixed in with it, because I thought that that would be tasty. And some of them are just going to be plain, like the ones that I steam in the microwave are just going to be plain. And just get your mushrooms going. Basically, the objective is to just let them release their juices and then reabsorb their juices, which kind of doesn't make any sense, because you think you just keep the juices inside rather than cook them out and then have them reabsorbed. But I don't know, that's what they say on the internet to do. So I've never frozen mushrooms before. I've never done this, but we have a buttload of them, and I don't want any of them to go to waste. That's the thing. Because these are good, expensive, tasty, yummy mushrooms. And we love our mushrooms around here. So I'm just going to be doing this and come back when everything gets cooked up and cooled off and all that kind of stuff, and put them into some freezer bags and yeah, get everything going. And it's like I'm having a hard time getting all the muck and yucks and everything off of here. So I think I might just like turn the water on too and rinse after they've been soaking. Just kind of rinse them off and then pat dry. I'm not going to worry about, you know, drying them extensively, because I really don't think you need to if you're cooking them up right away. It's not like they're going to go bad if they have a little water. Now, if you're not going to cook them up, you don't want to have a lot of water and have them sitting around, because they are a fungus and they will go bad. But since I'm cooking them up and freezing them right away, if it has a little bit of moisture, I don't think it's going to hurt anything. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. And just a little factoid for you guys about mushrooms, or the chanterelles. They're very high in vitamin C, vitamin D, and potassium. So not only do they taste wonderful, but they're also very good for you as well. So, yep, I'm just going to go ahead and keep on sauteing, keep on steaming. My dog's going to keep on barking at the squirrel because she's obsessed with the squirrel out there. And Heidi, Daddy's not home to keep her in check. So, anyways, I'm just going to keep on doing this and come back when it's all done and I'm about to put them in freezer bags. Okay, well, I am still doing mushrooms like 4 hours later. This was a very time-consuming activity, but it's going to be well worth it when I have all these lovely mushrooms in the freezer that I can use whenever I want. And they are delicious. I've been snacking on a little bit, and they're good. I just had some with some sea salt and sriracha, and that was awesome. And it's not like this is hard work I'm doing, it's just time consuming and yucky. This is only a part of all the grass and moss and leaves and everything that I've been just trying to pick out of the mushrooms. But yeah, so this ended up turning into an experiment also, because like the internet said, you could either steam your mushrooms before you freeze them, or you could saute them. So this is my bag of the mushrooms that I sauteed, and it's, you know, it's got a lot of the juices in it, and it took forever for me to cook these up, and once the juices would release, it was really hard to get them to absorb back in and to evaporate and all that kind of stuff. So I ended up with a lot of juice in here. Not that it's going to like matter too terribly much, because, you know, I'll put them in stuff and it won't matter that there's juice. But yeah, you can see that it did get a little bit juicy. And I think that this bag is leaking as well, so I'm going to have to like double bag it or something. So that was the saute version. And here are the mushrooms that I steamed, and there's not as much juice. And the great part about the fact that I steamed these is, you know, I got all this juice on the bottom of my steaming dish. Nice mushroom juice that will be good for stocks or soups or anything that you want to do with it. And it was quicker to do it this way, the steaming method. It was easier, quicker, and less moisture on the mushrooms, and it only took like 6 minutes in the microwave doing it this way, versus like half an hour or more trying to saute all the juices off. And, you know, yeah, these are not seasoned when I steam them, but you can, you know, you can season them any way you want to once you take them out of the freezer and start using them. So I would definitely say that if you're going to plan on doing this at home, instead of sauteing it with butter and seasonings and stuff, just go ahead and steam it somehow. It's a lot quicker, easier, more convenient, and you can just season them later. So that's my final verdict on this little mushroom test. Thanks for joining me. It's for something a little bit different, which was me doing my mushrooms today, and I'm still doing them. I'm going to be doing them into the night. Like I said, it's been a lengthy process, but well worth it, because we love our mushrooms. And so sometimes you just got to do it, you know. Just got to get in there and do it. Okay, so thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye.